Based on data provided by the provinces and territories up to May 25, only 0.15% of vaccinated Canadians became infected by the virus 14 days or more after their first dose. Compared to unvaccinated cases in these jurisdictions, these people were more likely to report no symptoms and less likely to experience severe illness requiring hospitalization, Theresa Thum, Canada's top doctor, said at a federal COVID-19 briefing on Friday. Coping amid COVID-19, the mental health toll on Canadian men. Head of Ontario's COVID-19 Science Advisory Council warns against reopening on June 2, questioning value of Shoppers Drug Mart's $40 COVID-19 tests. Medical experts in Ontario calling for creative strategies in next phase of COVID-19 vaccine rollout. Ramped up vaccine rollout in Ontario prompts questions about what is needed to start reopening the COVID-19 lessons for flu season. Trudeau says doctor recommended he get second AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine dose. Love letters to lab workers. What's safe to do after getting your first vaccine? Dr. Isaac Bogoch weighs in. Ontario teen becomes one of Canada's youngest COVID-19 victims. U.S. supports proposal to waive vaccine patents to boost supply. Canada becomes first country to approve Pfizer vaccine for children 12 to 15. COVID-19 update. Canada's hot housing market burns first-time buyers. Trudeau government announces $300,000 funding to combat sex trafficking. This aligns well with vaccine effectiveness studies showing strong protection against severe illness. Load error. The latest projections of the pandemic in Canada suggest a glimmer of hope on the horizon. With more than 22 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines having been administered across Canada so far, providing 62% of eligible Canadians with at least one dose, Thum says the trajectory is very encouraging. Hospitalizations have reduced in a significant fashion, Dr. Howard Ju, Canada's Deputy Chief Public Health Officer, said in French. The numbers of cases, ICU admissions and deaths also continue to decline in most provinces. Hospitalizations are still too high in some areas like Manitoba, the doctors noted, where a surge of COVID-19 is putting a strain on the provincial healthcare capacity. Concerns over Ontario's COVID-19 triage protocol. How to keep thieves from targeting your bike. Trudeau responds to Auditor General's report on challenges at the CBSA wildfire preparedness. Rusan attributes delay in Manitoba's COVID-19 third wave to travel. RESTRICTIONS COVID-19. Manitoba reports 491 new coronavirus cases. Manitobans 12 to 17 now eligible for vaccine. Manitoba to begin saving AstraZeneca vaccine for second dose appointments. Reaction to remote learning. Parents, teachers react to news that Winnipeg, Brandon schools closing. Local author a finalist for the Governor General Literary Awards. Winnipeg woman claims road work has left her without proper water for a week. Southern Manitoba wildfire could be one of many. Manitoba Nurses Union president warns nurses haven't recovered from second COVID-19 wave. As third begins. Teens arrested for assault of Winnipeg senior left hurt on the street for hours, police say. The good news is that we expect the third wave to continue to decline, as long as we maintain current measures and don't increase the in-person contact rates across communities, Thum said. It's very encouraging but reaffirms that now is not the time to relax restrictions. Despite that warning, many provinces are readying plans to do just that. Ontario, Alberta, British Columbia and Quebec are among those that have laid out a roadmap for how they plan to reopen in the coming weeks. While all are contingent on provincial case counts, hospital capacities and vaccination rates, some of the plans are ambitious and include the return of indoor activities once certain benchmarks are met. Thum said she prefers to take a very precautionary approach. We know the vaccines are going to help, but we haven't got the one dose into everybody yet and the curve is only just over 50% reduction from the peak, she said. Patios and outside spaces of course are less risky, so beginning with those spaces people do need to go outside, those are lower risk areas. Doing that cautiously and then waiting to see what happens before you do your next phase is very much advocated. The national modeling shows that most public health measures like lockdowns could be lifted this summer, but only when 75% of the population 12 years of age or older has received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine and at least 20% has been fully vaccinated. Thum and Ju stressed that high vaccine coverage levels in all age groups are critical to ensure a more robust return to normal in the fall. Ju said younger age groups are a very important part of the equation now because they represent an essential aspect of the vaccine plan. Younger persons in the country are waiting quite impatiently for their turn. The good news is your turn has now arrived and the modeling shows that your participation is very important.